everybody, welcome back to Northernlion, Place of Binding of Isaac. We're on 0 wins. You might be saying, NL, what's up with that? Well, just hypothetically a little bit of a episode with the brain fart, and then you take a deal with the devil that kills you, and KPDJ LCL9. LC9L is what I meant to say, of course. So don't worry about it, is what I'm trying to say. Hold on, are you jar of flies or jar? Guppy's paw. The jar. The jar is no good. Guppy's paw, it's not really that useful, but it's better. And I basically had such a big brain fart. I kind of like, I was gonna take the morning off. It was last night when I recorded the episode. Literally, I picked up the item and I was like, it's a really good item. And then I picked it up and it instantly killed me. And I was like, you know what? That's a good indication I need to take a half day. So I took the morning off, and I'm now back, feeling great, playing some more Isaac. Well, I didn't really take the morning off because I recorded that daily, but then I took like the rest of the morning off, and I had a nice brunch, and here I am doing everything I can, holding on to what I have, pretending I'm a Superman. Sometimes you just need, you know, absence doesn't make the heart grow fonder necessarily, although I think there maybe is some truth to that statement. I think it's more like sometimes your brain is just like, I'm full. I need a rest, and I gave it a rest, and hopefully we're going to come back a little refreshed, because we've been making some bad plays. You know, that's the other thing about having, you know, days off, time off, etc., etc. When you return, you're fresh, refocused, etc., etc. Here's the way I think that life goes, okay? I'm going to give you my Ryan's formula for life. Oh my god, Tomo, you scared the crap out of me. Welcome, my son. You have goals in life. As you pursue these goals, you get habits. As time goes on, you lose sight of the goals that created the habits and focus on the habits themselves. Some of those habits are helpful, some of those habits are harmful. For example, in Isaac, I want to win as much as possible. That's a goal. What is the habit? Leveraging any defense to pick up offense. 3 months down the line, I stopped thinking, why am I leveraging defense for offense? And I start just going, our goal is to leverage defense for offense, which is not the case. Our goal is to win. I hope I'm not being too convoluted here. You get what I mean? I hope that it's clear. Sometimes the things that inform the habits to begin with, you lose sight of them, and you start to, instead of looking at things on a case-by-case basis, start to deal in generalities. I have to do things this way, the run's preventing me from doing things this way, ergo we're screwed. Nah, there's potentially other avenues. I'm trying to think of a good example, you know? It's like, maybe you're trying to run a marathon. It's a decent example. If your goal is to run a marathon, what do you have to do? Well, you gotta, you know, build up the stamina in order to be able to do that. So you gotta, you know, increase your running mileage week over week. But maybe, you know, you sprain your ankle. And, you know, or maybe you tear your meniscus, hypothetically speaking. And you go, even though my knee hurts, I gotta run. Because I gotta run 50 miles a week. Well, why do you have to run 50 miles a week? Well, to do the marathon. Well, how are you going to do the marathon if your knee falls off due to a torn meniscus? You know, you get the idea. I hope that that's a decent example. The same thing's true in Isaac, you know? There are patterns that lead to success, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's successful because of the pattern that you take. You know, the goal is always there at the end. So, you know, you take some time off and you remember, oh, right. You know, instead of using the cognitive shortcuts to try to win an Isaac run, by thinking I should always trade HP away to the deal with the devil. Instead, you could just be like, is this deal with the devil worth taking in our unique situation right here? Gut feeling, tears, damage, HP, speed, what floor are you on, what potential synergies are you enabling, etc., etc. You get the idea. Basically, this is a long and convoluted life lesson to make me feel slightly better about the fact that I threw away a potential victory end a video. Please? Thank you. By taking a deal with the devil I shouldn't have taken. But I think there's truth in that statement, and I think if you can take a lesson from that, then that's good news, you know? Don't lose the forest through the trees. Great time to get a Joker card. Second floor is like... I mean, the first floor is a better time to get a Joker card, but second floor is great, because we know we're going to get a deal with the devil regardless. So this basically guarantees us a second deal with the devil. It's not great that we have no HP, but that could be resolved as early as our boss fight. We could get 2 Spirit Hearts pretty easily. Although we need a bomb. And then also a good Tinted Rock. This run is fine so far. You know, the damage up from Pentagram is lovely. No offense. Or none taken is what I mean to say. DPS is really good right now. HP is the only kind of sticking point on this run. And it's a big one. But I got high apple pie in the sky hopes. And we're actually going to do our rooms before the boss fight. Just in case, you know, there's a, I don't know, maybe like a 1 in 12 chance we get some kind of HP upgrade on our item room. Just in case we don't get one in our boss fight, which is, you know, fairly plausible. It's probably more likely we don't get HP than we do get HP. And actually, Black Rune is very good. I would have to think. I would probably take... Oh, so dangerous. I would probably take a spacebar item. Oh, it's Tesla Coil. It's beautiful. Jacob's Ladder. I just want a bomb, please. I would probably take a different spacebar item and use Black Rune on Guppy's Paw right now. This is a very interesting run to me because we're like on... Like, DPS-wise, we're on point. So I just don't want to throw it away. There's 2 Tinted Rocks, very easy secret room location, 2 battery charges. It's so obvious the route that we could take to get a little bit more survivability. But in order to have it happen, you know, it's not that easy, is it? So number one thing we're hoping for is HP. I would also love an opportunity to use the Black Rune, but HP is way more important than, you know, feeling like we didn't squander a Black Rune. I will take the damage. That's just... It's very simple. We'll go with a deal with the Angel. And then you got to choose. Would you rather have a Black Rune or a Joker card? And I would rather have a Joker card. What was the point? There was no point. But I would rather have a Joker card, and I'm going to pop it immediately on the next floor because I'm afraid. We want to pop it and see if maybe we can get 9 lives. I would accept Krampus's head. You know, let's see if we can get 2 more cents. It's unlikely, but anything would help there. So again, damage-wise, we're so good. And we've probably taken a couple of hits I'm not proud of here, but... Right, Tomo Ruka? It's not too bad. I don't think I've been playing too poorly on this run. So let's peep this. Still no bombs. And we have a deal with the Angel. I'm going to take Sensor because I think it lends us a little bit of survivability. Not a whole heck of a lot, but some. And again, it's very, very rare to have a run with no bombs at this point. So I'm trying not to feel like it's our fault. And I am going to go here, and it's a bit of a risk for sure, but it's mobs instead of bosses, and... Right off the bat, we got another bomb, so feeling a little bit better. You know, truth be told, it's kind of an exciting run. It's a run in which we have... Oh, Sensor's gonna body this guy. It's a run in which we have a lot of DPS and a cool tier effect, and very, very little survivability, and I think that's A-okay. So here, I didn't even notice, but Stone Chest and Tinted Rock. Very surprising to me that it turned out to have no Spirit Hearts whatsoever, but it's been that kind of run, so that's okay. Still feeling good, you know? Fate's Reward, how is it? It's okay. Assuming Jacob's Ladder works on it, we're not feeling too put out right now. We'll not go to this curse room. Now, we're always, you know, under the gun. when you're on 1 HP. Might seem like you're safe, because it takes a special kind of enemy to get you. I don't really believe that. I've had enough situations that have turned out, you know, you're like, I'm safe, I'm dead? And I never feel, you know, on this little HP, I never really feel like I'm golden. Gotta be very, very careful here. In a room like this, it's the only kind of room in the game that makes you feel like, you know, you got too much DPS. Okay, again, they continue to mock us. And make no mistake, it is a mockery from the troll engine. It says, hey, how much longer are you going to be able to concentrate on this run? How much longer are you going to be able to focus? I have a reserve of self-control right now. Now, I do hate this room. We'll examine it in aggregate. That went actually very well. Our luck stat is very bad right now. That would have been a decent opportunity for Black Rune. But if I'm being realistic, I probably wouldn't have Black Rune Tough Love. I would have instead been like, you know, let's hope we get more luck upgrades. Now, immediately, I'll tell you, I'm so happy we picked up the Sensor. An item that, whether or not it's better than Celtic Cross is irrelevant right now. What's important is, this could be a great 2-for-1 if it gives us a nickel and a Spirit Heart. And a secret room? Okay. Okay, sure. Thank you. And we're, obviously, you know how we're going on this one. We're so happy with the way that this one went down. Because we're actually, like, hanging. Little dangerous. Okay, that's the first hit we took, but hey, that's the right time to take the hit. Hold on, I gotta check and see if my hard drive has space. I know that sounds weird. I'm paranoid because I lost a video to it earlier. 56 gigabytes remain. Okay, still needs more. All these games these days, dude, there's 50 gigs, 100 gigs, 800 gigs. Okay, no games are 800 gigabytes. Maybe modded Minecraft, but what would I know about that? Thank the Lord that we are able to get a cube of meat here. And also, dare I suggest, by the way, that was a joke. I was trying to be positive. I was going to say thank the Lord that we chose to use the Joker card to get some kind of improvement, because we weren't getting anything from this guy. We're really knocking on heaven's door here. But I'm just playing it as cool as possible. You know, I don't think things are too dangerous. If we can get a key piece, we'd like more angel deals in the future, because they're free, and our HP is horrible. There's no other way to describe it right now. Secondarily, you know, maybe this run will turn around at some point. We'll get a chance to fight Mega Satan. Who would have thought we'd ever leave a floor and be like, hey, thanks for the 1 Spirit Heart. That saved our lives. Yet here we are. Now, Curse of the Blinds. Just a terrible payout. No bombs, but when we get bombs, there's an item there. Who knows? Could be 1-up. Could be a variety of different things. And moreover, it could be raw liver. But it's a secret room item one way or the other. And that's the most advantageous thing of all, because we need probably at least a few of those for our save file progress. I ask you, may you give me a bomb, please? Cursed. You know I had to do it to him. Hold on, wait a minute. How did we get... I'm kind of losing it. How did we get Seraphim? Wasn't it, was it Filigree Feather that had something to do with this? Because I thought we had the opportunity to take either Celtic Cross or Sensor. Am I having weird brain farts or something? It's not beyond the pale. Did you come from... No, Mysterious Egg is still... You know, sometimes there's all sorts of competing interactions in this game. Sometimes things just happen and Far be it from me to ask the kind of questions I don't want answers to. Thank you, game. Thank you for the support and the vote of confidence by giving me this item. Now, we should go back to our secret room. Refocus. Get yourself going here. I'll use a bomb to not have to walk over the spikes. Key bum. Well, can't win them all. And it turns out the spikes were here all along. There were probably other spikes in that room. Okay. Take a deep breath. Count from 10. 10. Ah, it's too long. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, I'm back, recentered, ready to continue. If we are on 1.5 spirit hearts for the whole run, we're on 1.5 spirit hearts for the whole run. I'm willing to make it work. We got some red hearts there, thanks to meat, and this run is going to speed up unbelievably. And that's very scary. Most of the time, even this early in the run, we're like, hey, we're relatively set, so cool. We get an XL floor, that's awesome, and, you know, we're ready to go. Now, I'm not ready to go. Like that Sloan song. Okay? I mean, I kind of wanted them, but you know, you snooze, you lose, I guess. Wait, that's not by Sloan. That's my mistake. That's by the Trues, a.k.a. Millennial Sloan. Very Canadian-centric jokes, but at this point, you should come to expect it. I am hoping we don't have to, you know, chunk this heart.
Judgment.
Yeah, I'd probably play you. I'm hoping we don't have to chunk this heart and turn it into spirit hearts with Guppy's Paw, but if we have to, we have to. And, I mean, that would, like, double the amount of HP that we've seen over the course of this run, so I'm hopeful we could make good things happen with it. We're very lucky, by the way. If there's one specific thing I'm going to thank on this run, it's probably going to be the early pentagram, which raised our DP... I don't think it would have found the secret room there anyway, but it raised our DPS at a time when it was actually probably a little bit below average, and it raised it by enough to keep us steady, keep us in the game. And now, despite our low HP, we're actually looking relatively strong. So here's how you win this run. First off, the poop just helped us out a great deal. We can start to talk about anecdotes any moment now. That's a tier upgrade, so we're okay with it. You get as many ambient spirit hearts as you can, and luckily that's working out gangbusters so far. You definitely do not spend a key to go to the shop, even though keys are not precious. It could change. Hermit Tower. So we just wanted to see if there were cards in there. Very easy, okay? So we have one item room remaining. Go to that, but it doesn't have to happen fast. Find your boss fight. I hate you. Fight Mom. Go to boss rush. Excuse me. My mysterious egg friend is already gone. Also my favorite novel of 2017. My mysterious egg friend is gone. It's a John Grisham classic. Get me out of here. We're gonna go back. We just had to lose the aggro, and now I'm running on adrenaline. You know when the anime song from Initial D, running in the 90s? You can laugh that I called it an anime song, but I know that the laughter is just hiding for you the fact that it's quite obviously true. It's a song from an anime. No, it's a song that happens to be in an anime, NL. Would you say simple and clean is an anime? Yes, I would. First off, it's the way that you're making me feel tonight, but secondarily, yeah, I'd probably go that far. Give me... Thank you. That's what I was going to ask for. And we got to be getting close to getting some more teeth here. Anyway, when he says running in the 90s, is he talking about running in the 1990s, or is he talking about running in like the 90s, like 90 kilometers or 90 miles an hour? I've been wondering that today. Because I was like, isn't Initial D... I mean... I don't know when the anime came out, but it's got to be talking about the 90s as far as the decade, right? Because 90 kilometers an hour is not that fast. 90 miles an hour is very, very fast. I mean, 90 kilometers an hour is like the speed limit on the highways here. I mean, it's fast. I can't run that fast, but I wouldn't, you know, make a TV show about that being that impressive. Dude, I can't. I wish I could. Sorry. No bombs. You know how it is. If you want me to fight you, give me some bombs. So I'm going to grab this and see how it looks. Luck down, but rate of fire up. Damage up. Good news, I think.
Judgment.
Goodbye, my friend. Still got an item room to go to. It must be about the decade of the 1990s, right? I'm just gonna tell you. Not so happy with either Lil Delirium, although we gotta be closing in on, like, Conjoined. And also not that happy with Experimental Treatment, although, you know what? Let's do it. I'll give you another one. I'm willing to do it. It was a DPS upgrade. One more. No, not one more. Okay. Now we're done. Perfect. Not that happy with our payouts there, but beggars can't be choosers, and, I mean, we've been begging for a long time on this run. Thankfully, we have HP and our DPS is fine. Yo, it gets even better here. Okay. I think we're probably at 1 run status. And straight up, we earned it. Like, we... No doubt on today's run. Or this run, because there's 2 a day. I think that we have to suggest that we're in a position where we're pretty friggin' happy with the way that things went. Could have been a lot worse given the circumstances. I would hazard a guess that our boss room is over there, but I forgot I have no bombs, and I must scream. Another contender for 2010's best book. Anyway, where was I going with that? Oh, I was talking about the plan we were going to use on that floor. Well, we executed the plan, you know, according to what we wanted. I swear to you, the run is trying to aggravate me. And it's just a testament to my incredibly calm and cool, collected mental state that I refuse to be rattled. Because what they're giving us is more battery charges than I've ever seen in my entire life, along with a spacebar item that cannot take advantage of the battery charges. But you know what? I will not be persuaded to become inflamed with ill-advised passion. Instead, we're going to hold on to this Guppy's Paw for now, until a better option presents itself, knowing that it may never happen. There's a 48-hour energy pill. Not mad. Very happy about it. Maybe we'll never get to use it. If we never get to use Guppy's Paw, that probably means we're doing really well for ourselves. Anyway, Jacob's Ladder. As time goes on, it's definitely usurping... It's definitely usurping the pentagram for most valuable item. You know what? Sometimes, you know, there's people out there for whom every cloud has a gray... Wait, where's this going? There's people out there who are glasses half full, and there's people out there who are glasses half empty. And then there's people out there who are like, hey, even though my glass is full, this is a stupid glass. Where'd you get this glass? This glass sucks, etc., etc. Again, might surprise you, I'm a glass half full sort of guy. Lost a couple episodes today to data corruption. They were of Slay the Spire. What did I say to myself? It's okay. Those episodes sucked anyway. Sure, I'll have to put in a little bit more work to fill the backlog, but it gives me the opportunity to fill the backlog with better episodes. So maybe it's an opportunity to never let a good crisis go to waste. So what do I mean when I say that? What I mean is... I don't know how he popped out of there, but life goes on. What I mean is... I'm not disappointed that we got hit. I mean, I'm a little disappointed that we got hit with Cursed Eye, but it reminded me, hey, no matter how good this run gets, don't fight the Lost. Are you insane? Oh, is this what Filigree Feather does? Every angel statue has the chance to pay out with an item if they weren't gonna... If they're not gonna pay out with a key piece? I don't know, man. My brain is so hardwired for Isaac. It just sees items and picks them up, and it never stops to say thank you. Or maybe we just can't get key pieces. Yeah, that makes sense as well. I don't really want Void, honestly. You'd like to leave, my sons? You may go. Womb 2. Probably far right here. Dude, if this is the case, Filigree Feather is a pretty good item. And I gotta tell you, tomorrow, my day off, I'm feeling in the zone in Isaac. Anytime, you know, it's not my first run of the day, but anytime one of your earliest runs for the day can be a run on which you survive on 1 HP for, like, you know, some pretty difficult floors. Probably gonna look at that as for me, the start of a pretty successful endeavor, I hope. So we really would like to see another deal with the Angel. First, the D7 gets redeemed, and then Filigree Feather. I mean, the ability to kind of, not mill, but get deals with the Angel with more regularity. Deal with the Angel items, at least. It's actually highly advantageous. Well. Still always gotta watch out for Cursed Eye. And dude, perfect timing on a deal with the devil. Although, we'll take it, but I don't think it's mission critical. Now what I was doing when I said perfect timing for the deal with the devil, or what I did just before that, I should say, is I used Guppy's Paw to protect the Bone Heart, thinking like, you know, maybe long term, the Bone Heart will be more advantageous for us, just in case our HP dips. I really love a Bone Heart, you know, I don't want to throw that away. Now, we could have avoided that item. Please don't keep a tally in the comments of items we could have avoided for statistical improvements. It'll only undermine my newfound self-confidence. Just kidding. I'm unshakable. Not really. I'm very shook. Not in Isaac. In Isaac, let's check. In Isaac, I always know I'm going to get there. You know, because we've done it before. And that's it's the quiet confidence of competency, you know, that we have in this game. And in Slay the Spire, there's times when I've had it where I go into every run thinking like, hey, we're going to be able to put something great together here. But it's definitely not, it's not the norm right now. And I think, you know, confidence maybe breeds competence to some extent. Now, I'm a confident speaker. That doesn't mean I'm a good speaker, as you just saw. So maybe there's exceptions to every rule. Well. 2 luck. It works for us in a variety of different ways here. What is this? Don't make me laugh. It works on the chest for getting us new items. It works with the Thame, I think, for giving us demon hearts. It works with Tough Love, but, you know, I am for the first time in a little while, I'm feeling, you know, the crunch, I should say, in millennial parlance, of not having upped our DPS in just a little while. I did forget that we had Holy Mantle, though. Should be using our cube of meat a little bit more. Do you guys see and I don't want to dredge up controversy for controversy's sake. Do you guys see that the Monterey Bay Aquarium apologized for a tweet in which they called an otter thick and said, she chonk, and oh lord, she comin'? Very interesting times on the internet these days, he said, dripping with disdain, but without indicating towards which parties. There were people offended by the tweet. And I'm not going to say that their offense is misplaced. What I will say, and this is respectful, I don't understand their offense, the offense that was taken. And that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. There's lots of things I don't understand. Black body radiation, the Planck constant, dark matter, all sorts of astronomical things, and that's not even getting into chemical stuff. I mean, like, I know what Avogadro's number is, but how on earth was Avogadro able to figure out what Avogadro's number is? I mean, like, okay, well, of course we'll re-roll the whole run. Like, that must have been an incredible amount of work, Avogadro. The fool, which is what I am for bringing this up in the first place. But I'm also like, you know, and I shouldn't even say this. I'm not one of those guys who, and this, if you've ever watched the NLSS, there's a couple of things I want to mention here. One is, if I'm way off base, please teach me. I would love to be taught why you believe I'm wrong in this situation. We just got to approach it from a position of mutual respect, a good faith argument. And I'm rarely willing to argue, but if you are respectful in your criticisms, I'm always willing to learn. So you might be like, if you're like, debate me, I'm like, no, I'm just going to mute you. But if you're like, hey, I watch your content, but I disagree with you about this one specific instance, and here's why, from my perspective, that tweet was uncool. Always happy to read it, always happy to learn. You're not going to offend me just by disagreeing. But I am one of those people, or sorry, I'm not one of those people who is like, oh, everybody's too offended these days, I can't say anything, right? It's a really bad Ricky Gervais impression. But like, you're making it real hard to not be one of those people. And I work really, really hard to recenter myself and be like, y'all, that's not worth... Is an otter and a tweet from the Monterey Bay Aquarium. You don't need to be that bothered by it, I think. But maybe I'm wrong. And maybe I'm falling... This is the first step of falling into the trap that I really feel like a lot of people have fallen into, where they're like, you can't say anything these days. I think there are definitely less things that you can say now. Or rather... I mean, really a good interpretation of it is you can say whatever you want, you're just going to be judged for it now. You know, there's a difference. You can still definitely say things. It's just that you might be judged differently in 2018 than you were in 2010. No question about it. However, oh Lord, she coming. She thick, she chonk. I don't want to bring up the fallacy of, like, you know, we got bigger problems. But in this specific instance, is it fallacious to say that we have bigger problems? I think and it's a dangerous place to be for me, because I'm not fully woke. Because of my, you know, the year in which I was born in particular. I think I straddled this line between millennial wokeness and, like, having grown up, you know, with my baby boomer grandparents. So, like, I have two different thoughts in my head at all times. And the first one is, yas, queen, slay. And then the other one is like, get a job. It's like, instead of having an angel and a devil on my shoulder... I have a millennial and a baby boomer. And on the one hand, you know, the millennial on my shoulder is going, you know, the stagnation of wages and rising cost of living is eroding the fabric of our society and making it impossible to survive and thrive as our ancestors have if you're a member of this newfound generation just entering the workforce. And on the other shoulder is... a 75-year-old man who bought 3 houses on minimum wage in 1963, and it says, well, just pull yourself up by your bootstraps. I didn't eat anything but canned corn for 6 years, and I wasn't complaining. I don't know, man. It's not a tough place to be. I lead a very easy life for the most part, but simultaneously it makes it hard to determine where to feel. Or maybe everybody's conflicted, and if you're not, to some extent, maybe you should be. I don't know. I'm just the guy who plays video games. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. That was the great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya!